Alright, shalom. Make sure the videos. Alright, be good. Alright, shalom. That's your brother Hashemiah. First, I'll give honors to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, God, Gadash. Double honors to the elders apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to my fellow Akima Aquat out there that follow Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai with truth and sincerity. I like to say shalom. The title of this video is going to be called A Very Spiritual Movie Must Watch, K-Pop Demon Hunters. And this is for the younger Akim or older Akim that's into anime and also into animation. If you're a brother that, or sister, and not just Akim, but Akim Aquath, if you're a Jake that grew up on anime or manga or that Japanese, Korean, comic book art style, or like Dragon Ball Z, Demon Slayer or Hunter x Hunter, I recommend you Akim and Aqua to watch this movie. And let me say this movie, K-Pop Demon Hunter, is a very popular movie on Amazon. It's the #1 movie in the world right now. And it's basically like Sinners, but it's basically Sinners if it was animated, like the movie Sinners if it was animated. And not just that, it was made by the same group that made Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, aka Sony Pictures. Okay, the same animators that made the Spider-Verse franchise, the Spider-Verse movies, which is Sony Pictures, Sony Animation, are the same individuals that made this movie. And like I said, this movie is very, very spiritual. Okay. And this shows you, man, and not just, the characters in this movie, but the voice actors and the singers are Israelites. And they just got that Moabite Ammonite look. Okay, this movie's set in Korea. But this movie is about 3 girls that are demon hunters. And they fight actual demons, as you see at the bottom of the screen. Okay? So, but the only way they can fight demons is through their singing, and not just that, but their combat abilities. And let me say this too, there might be some brothers that are not into that, female boss, she got to save the world type archetype. Okay? But let me say this, it's not like that. Okay, these characters in this movie is very fun to watch and very relatable, and it's very, very funny, man. Okay, it's not something that Disney or Marvel will create. This is something that's actually positive. Okay, K-Pop Demon Hunters. And it just shows you in this movie that Israel is very special, and Israel are the true demon hunters, man. So let me grab this real quick. Oh, like I said before, let me grab Shlaki. Before I grab the scripture, these 3 girls are the main characters. Okay, but spiritually they Jake. How the swag, they singing, I don't say costumes, but they outfits. Okay, you could tell that they Jake, man. Each one of them is like an Israelite. Okay, and they all have special abilities and special musical abilities as well. Like Jake, you know what I'm saying? Salt of the earth. And this movie shows you that Judah or Israel is scattered amongst Moab and Ammon. It's Isaiah 16. And start at 4. Let my outcasts dwell with thee, Moab. Be thou covert to them from the face of the spoiler, for the extortioner is at an end. The spoiler ceaseth, and the oppressors are consumed out of the land. And in mercy shall the throne be established. She shall sit upon it in the truth of the tabernacle of David, judging and seeking judgment and hasting righteousness, right? And that's Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because Yahweh Shai is out of he came from the lineage of David, the tabernacle of David, and that's Yahweh Shai. All right, so that's sitting on the individual that's sitting on the throne and seeking judgment and bringing righteousness is Yahweh Shai Mashiach. But in this movie, Isaiah 16:4, it says that let my outcast dwell with thee, Moab. Okay, let me call that GNB for those that don't understand. Give me one second. Give me one second. Because in this movie, K-pop Demon Hunter, they show you that Israelites got that Moabite Ammonite look, that Korean look, because the movie's set in what's it called, Seoul, or that Korean city. Let me grab this real quick. And these are all blaspheme AI generated photos. These are not the real depictions of the individuals in the scripture. This is Isaiah 16:4. This is, I'm sorry, 1. This is Isaiah 16:1. From the city of Selah and the desert people of Moab send a lamb as a present to the one whom rules in Jerusalem. They wait on the banks of the river Arnon and move aimlessly to and fro, like birds driving from their nests. They said to the people of Judah, "Tell us what to do. Protect us like a tree that casts a cool shadow in the heat of noon. Let us rest in your shade. We are refugees. Hide us where no one can find us." Okay, this is 4. Let us stay in your land. Protect us from those who want to destroy us. Oppression and destruction will end, and those who are devastating the country will be done. Okay, it says, then one of David's descendants will be king, which is Yahweh Shai. He will rule the people with faithfulness and love. He will be quick to do what is right, and he will see that justice is done. The people of Judah say, "We have heard how proud the people of Moab are. We know that they are arrogant and conceited, but their boasts are empty." Okay? So you got Israelites that scatter amongst Moab. Okay? Let me see. Let me grab the scripture. Judah scattered amongst Moab. And one main tribe is Judah. Okay? You got a lot of Judites that got that Moabite and Ammonite look. Yep, this is Jeremiah 40:11. This is the NIV. It says, when all the Jews, okay, the true Jews are the so-called the house of Judah, are the Negroid tribes, so-called blacks, all right, West Indies and Haitians, like Jamaicans, Trinidadians, African Americans, Haitians. Those are the true Jews. It says, when all the Jews in Moab, Ammon, Edom, and all the other countries heard that the king of Babylon had left the remnant in Judah and had appointed Gilead the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, as governor over them. Right. Okay. So all Israelites, well, especially Judah, is scattered amongst Moab, Ammon, and Edom. And they show you that in this movie. Okay. They show you that in this movie that these 3 girls, they look like Moab and Ammon, but they're actually Jake. Now, you know, through the spirit, they could be, it's fictional characters, but the voice actors and the singers are definitely Israelites. Okay, and I recommend you Akim to watch this movie, because this animated movie shows you that not all Israelites gonna look like the average so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, and Seminole Indian. So you got Judah, all right, and many other tribes, all right, southern and northern kingdom, but mainly Judah amongst Moab. This is in this movie where you see their weapons is a spiritual weapon. You know, it's physical, but you know their weapons is able to kill off demons. And they show you at the end of at the bottom of this movie cover are the demons that they're fighting against, and that's spiritual because on the right hand side we're also going against a spiritual battle as well. Grab this real quick. Yep, this is 2 Corinthians 10:4. 3. For though we walk in flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. And they show you that in this movie, all right? That the battle is not just carnal, because yes, they're carnally, physically fighting against actual demons, but they were spiritually, and individually fighting against their own anxieties, fears, and demons. Okay? And like I said, don't let this three, don't think that, when you see the cover of this movie, it's just like a all girl power, the woman is over the man. No, man, this is a really good movie, man. And I get it because we in Babylon and they use that archetype, but it's nothing like that. It's nothing like how Marvel, when they create female characters, they make them invincible and this pride and arrogant type character. Okay, like Captain Marvel. It's not like that. It's not like Wonder Woman. These three females are actually funny. All right, it's a fun movie to watch, man. And they represent the elect, and they actually represents wisdom, Sophia. Okay, so this movie is really good, man. And I recommend, like I said, I recommend you Akim to watch it, because you could get a lot of spiritual points, the spiritual symbolisms in this movie. And people be saying on TikTok that this movie is basically like Sinners, but if Sinners was an animated movie. This is Ephesians 6. This is Ephesians 6. All right, this is Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And that's what they were doing. They were actually fighting against all types of demons and devils, man. Okay? They were actually fighting against spiritual forces in this movie that the average person couldn't see. All right, when a person and a regular human see a demon in this movie, they just thought it was just a costume. But these three girls, they have spiritual vision to see the spiritual forces, because they're in this movie, they're fighting, they're protecting a spiritual force that's protecting the world called the Hun Moon. Okay, in this spiritual force field, it keeps the demons from the human world. Okay, and every time demons come into the human world, these three girls are there to fight it. And like I said, the same people that created the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, are the same people that created this movie. And like I said, this movie is an absolute gem. Okay, this is not something that's going to vex your spirit. It's not something that's going to, dehumanize or demasculate a man. No, man, this movie is really good, man. And it has that anime, 3D animation and anime mixture to it. But in this movie, man, they were actually fighting against demons, man. 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the devil. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that's what they would do in the movie, man. Their weapons are actually spiritual weapons. Okay? And that sword that they were carrying is kind of like an anime representation of, the scriptures. Just cutting through all types of demons, man. This movie is really good, man. And it just came out June 20th, a couple of weeks ago. So I recommend you, Akim Aqua, to watch it. And it's like I said, it's one of the biggest movies in the world right now. You go on TikTok, people are watching this movie because it has a deep spiritual understanding. It's just spiritual meaning. So, hey, man, this is a must-watch, a very spiritual movie, K-pop Demon Hunters. Shalom.